EA has blessed us with some more information and a brand new trailer, this time from College Football 26, the gameplay deep dive. Now, I know a lot of you were like, what in the blue moon? When the Madden one ended up coming out before the college football, but now is the time to know more about the gameplay that you will be playing in less than a month. And I will leave you the link to this trailer down in the description so you can hear the sound if you want to, along with the blog that they dropped to go along with the footage. So the first thing they talked about is wear and tear and the ability to sub your players out when you are on the field in real time. So you want to push up on the D-pad and it'll bring up like a menu. And from that menu, that is how you manage your players. So on defense, you can manage your entire defensive unit at once or jump to specific positions like linebackers or defensive line. On the offensive side of the ball, you can cycle between your full offense, skilled players, offensive line, things of that nature. And then if you want to reset to your starters, all it'll do is take one button push and you'll get everybody back into the lineup. So pretty cool stuff there. You will be able to tell when someone is worn out or they're starting to break down because they are going to have new indicators. Visual PIP indicators show the most impacted body parts tied directly to wear and tear. You'll easily see which body part is banged up and how bad. Players will also be like holding their legs or trying to move their arm to work out a kink. I think all of those small details are going to make this game so much better, my dude. So also they had to clean up a lot of stuff that was going on with the wear and tear system. So that information is also included in the blog. And you see right here in the trailer, they are showing some of the sliders that you are actually able to change up when it comes to wear and tear. So if you don't want your players to get hurt as often or wear down as quickly, you'll be able to change those sliders to your liking. So I think that's also a very, very cool detail. So here's an example of your quarterback actually feeling like he might need to work out a kink in his leg. You see he's messing around with his left leg. He's still going to hand that ball off, but all of those small details will help you out when it comes to knowing when to sub your players out. So as far as this new tackling, physics-based tackling, we saw a lot of this talked about in Madden 26. Now, the good thing about having the college game and NFL is that they can share things with each other. You know what I mean? So some of the presentation that we saw from College Football 25 will be in Madden 26. And some of the hard hits and animations that we saw from Madden 25 and Madden 26 will be in College Football 26. So they talked about the new tackle types, wrap catch tackles. DBs who aren't heavy hitters now have the ability to wrap receivers up securely at the catch point. They have those in-range lunge tackles, the unprepped hit sticks, and a lot more improvements to core tackling. If you're using that right stick, you'll be able to time that stuff up and wreak havoc out here on the football field. So you see these stunts? You see you're able to change up your D-line, have them going back there to the quarterback and doing their thing. You guys are going to love the way that you're able to do that. They have the custom zones. We talked about that on Madden 26 as well. But another cool thing about college football is the environments, and they made it even better this year. Home field advantage is going to be louder, tougher, and more personal. So they said they saw all the viral clips going on, you know, with the post thing up in the corner, the stadium post. So now they wanted to ramp that up even more. Now, night games and rivalries will be a little crazier. When you're on the road under the lights, it's a different kind of chaos. The away quarterbacks will struggle managing the clock. It'll be a lot harder to make kicks. In rivalry matches, expect more false starts, more broken communication, and more composure breakdowns as the crowd pushes every moment to the breaking point. So I'm really excited about all of that. Now, as far as the playbooks, They have went in as far as that goes, bro, because the fact that they added all these new coaches, 300 real world coaches, they were able to actually get some of the real plays from those guys, what they like to run, and all that good stuff. So you will be seeing double motion plays, new motion types, and I gotta tell you, in some of those double motion plays, you gotta time it up right because you will be getting a couple delayed games if you wait too long, and there are several motions going on in a play. Expanded QB run and RPO variety, smarter option routes, gadget packages by formation, signature looks from the real 2024 season. So they say they have like Penn State shotgun gate. You remember that crazy play they had? I believe it was in the playoffs, wasn't it? Ole Miss Wildcat deuce wing, Rice pistol wing back, Western Kentucky power eye Hulk, ECU has some special formations along with Duke. And then you want to scroll it on down. They talk about the precision, vision, and strategy of the quarterback. So similar to Madden 26, we talked about the height of these quarterbacks when they are standing in the pocket. And if you got a shorty, they might not be able to see their receivers, and the icon will start to fade. If they have some tall offensive linemen right in their face, you know what I mean? Enhanced quarterback progression system. So you will see elite quarterbacks progress a lot faster than a lower tier quarterback. And I'm going to scroll on down some more. They talked about the physics. We got into some of those tackles already. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the trench work, the block steering, take control of leverage. So new to college football 26 is that block steering, and we talked about that in Madden 26 as well. Both the user and the AI will have the ability to physically influence the direction of a block once an engagement has started. And they say here's how it works. Once engaged, press the right trigger plus left stick to begin steering. You can steer an interaction in any direction based on player strength, weight, ratings, all of that good stuff. And this works on both sides of the ball, so you can do it on defense as well. There are 700 new animations in this system alone. Every push, turn, and battle looks and feels different depending on who's involved. And you are gonna see some crazy impact blocks, believe me. And the sound of those blocks, bruh, when you hear that collision, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, it is feeling like real football. So another cool thing that they added is a whole new tier when it comes to your abilities. So they want to call this like an out-of-body experience. You know, you see some crazy stuff going on sometimes in college football, jaw-dropping moments, and you're like, how in the world did that guy pull that off? So now on College Football 26, a player that has a physical ability already in platinum tier, they can now take that up a notch to Heisman tier automatically when you're starting to cook out there on the field, featuring enhanced effects and powerful new functionality directly inspired by player feedback. You'll know exactly when it happens. A green flash around the player's icon signals a tier up. Conversely, if a player's performance drops, you'll see a red downward arrow indicating that they have dropped a tier. So that's really cool when you think about it, dude. You're out there, you're on fire. You'll be able to do even more out there on the field, but if you're struggling, you might go down a tier when it comes to some of those abilities. So within this blog as well, they talked about the route commit, and I mentioned this in the Madden 26 trailer when they introduced this to everybody. You remember how you're able to run commit in Madden and college football, but now when you route commit, say if someone runs a slant over and over and over, you can try to jump that route, but if they run an out route on you, then they might be wide open. So it is high risk, high reward. If you're able to guess right, you should be able to shut them down on defense. Another thing, no eyes, no picks. So last year, some of the full speed contested over the shoulder interceptions felt a little too much. Now, you know I got a lot of those playing Road to Glory, a lot of those picks. They're going to try to eliminate some of those. When a DB doesn't have eyes on the ball, he won't make those unrealistic blind leaps anymore. No more backward acrobatic picks without vision. Instead, defenders react late, fighting through the receiver's hands, trying to knock the ball loose, rather than warping into perfect catch animations. So that sounds dope because you know we always saw that. A DB able to jump up and pick the ball off, even though you feel like they should not have. And you see on that play, I think they would have intercepted that on 25. Swat or pick, choose wisely. Swatting the ball returns to prominence because, like they said, you won't be able to just jump up like I be doing and get an interception every single play. You're going to have to try to swat the ball some as well. To the crib, too many wide open interceptions fell incomplete last year according to feedback. That wasn't right, especially after you made a perfect read and had your defender exactly where they needed to be. So this year we've improved that dramatically. Those no doubt interceptions will stick. DBs will finish plays as they should. So of course that's good news, so you'll be able to be singing the user, 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 the user. They also mentioned there are new defensive formations, 3-4 tight, 3-3-5 flex, all kinds of new nickel formations and plays to go along with those. So man, oh man, all of this stuff is sounding good. You can also disguise your coverages better, make it look like linebackers are blitzing, influence run fits, fake pressure, all of that is like a chess match. At the line of scrimmage, you're going to be able to mess with your opponent's head, especially if you figure out all of those defenses and have some stunts on the line. Man, oh man, you're going to have people rage quitting if you're playing online. So they said a lot of the little things that they added to College Football 26. They changed up the switch stick visual change. The pre-play movement from Madden 25 comes over to college football. You know how the defense like moves around, looking all scary, like they're about to blitz you and all that. Pursuit has been tuned. You will still see players with low pursuit ratings unable to judge a player's speed properly and take a bad angle. The CPU quarterbacks will get out of their fakes earlier in a play action if they are feeling that pressure. You will be seeing a lot more bat downs like we said. You won't be seeing those ghost interceptions where you're thinking, how in the world did he get that? So I'm so excited for this game, bruh. You know we should be getting news about Road to Glory, Dynasty, all of that coming up soon because this game is not far from being out. And I am starting to feel the hype, get even more excited. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some early gameplay like I did on 25. So make sure you stick around and sub if you haven't. Let me know down in the comments what you are most excited about when it comes to College Football 26. It could be anything from this trailer or some of the information that we found out earlier about the game. I'm really liking those hit sticks. The stadium pulse is gonna be even crazier. The wear and tear and the way you have to sub your players in and out. The way that you can take a platinum ability and temporarily turn that thing into Heisman and dominate the game even more. I cannot wait to see all of this stuff and get my hands on College Football 26. Take me out of here, Siri!
That's nasty. Peace.